Hey everybody, it's Fiction Crypto, and today we have a very, very special guest, Roger Fedokes, the founder of this Metaverse project, the first Metaverse project, let me add that, on the XRP ledger. Roger, Mr. Roger, how you doing today?
I am doing great.
Yes, sir. Couldn't be better. Couldn't be better. I know we are in two different regions. I'm in United States right now, in Missouri. Where are you at right now?
Right now I'm in Budapest, Hungary. So it's like 12 midnight here, When you're starting a project like the magnitude of this one, there's no time for sleep,
Yes,
And
sir.
people don't really see the side of it, all the work that goes into something. They just see the end result, So yeah, it's a lot of work.
That's a funny thing about crypto is like people are expecting projects to literally be done as soon as they launch, but that's the furthest thing. Some products are completely done, or what you would say, but it's so much, we're so early in the stages of crypto and just learning what we can do with this technology, that I feel like all these metaverses, like anything attached to crypto, is just going to be constantly changing because of what you may be able to add into that. So I want to get off.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to evolve fast, very fast, and things are going to change directions, and right now it's the art NFTs and the game NFTs and so on, but it's going to start moving into like royalty NFTs and things of that nature.
Yeah, I just seen this today actually. Well, I tweeted a tweet yesterday before I seen it. Somebody, I was like, why? I feel like NFTs are going to be used for like key applications like car keys, because then, once we do turn into the centralized version of, crypto, where it will actually help people, we need, we need centralized and decentralized gateways in this field. I was thinking like NFT would be your key for your card. They would know exactly who's in the car and stuff like that. So I definitely, and today I also seen another video of somebody using the NFT to unlock their house, their door in their house. So like you said,
Really? Wow,
yeah.
that's crazy. I mean, eventually everything will be an NFT. It's a non-fungible token, so eventually you could wrap your home into an NFT. Like what we're going to do with our royalty NFTs is, it's not just having our game NFTs for people. It's also, in our art NFTs and all those sort of things. We're going to have like musicians, singers, producers, creating like what do they call it, like tracks, and turning them into NFTs, and hooks, and beats, and turning those into NFTs for people to purchase to use for their music. So the NFT, it's gonna just explode in so many different directions. It's gonna be interesting and a lot of fun to see where it goes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I definitely feel like we are on the same page. And I wanted to start off and get into the first question. I feel like people like the tokenomics side of crypto the most for some reason. So let's get off into the tokenomics. How many tokens are in the supply for this crypto, this NFT coin?
Well, XMETA has a 10 billion that
Okay.
were minted and tokenized, and that's it.
Okay, so 10 billion coins. I know you have an airdrop coming out. You said, if I'm not mistaken, the 20th of December.
Correct.
Okay.
That's when we're gonna do our first airdrop. And then we'll
And
have another one in January. So
okay.
people can still create trust lines. And we're also doing giveaways and art giveaways and XMETA tipping sprees on our Twitter, so you can win XMETA with your having a trust line.
Wow.
So even if you miss the first airdrop, you'll be able to you know catch the second airdrop, as well as getting these giveaways we're doing.
giveaway rewards. And I know
Yeah.
that I'm going to have a video really going over the project. I love this interview because it gets to be a more personal thing. I feel like the audience definitely would love if more token creators came out and talked about their project, because these are some great projects. So I want to get a little bit get off into the projects. I want to get into who are you? What are some of your credentials?
Oh shoot, that's a loaded question.
Yeah.
Um, well, I mean, as far as like this space goes, it's new to most of us, but I've been in the internet space since like 1995 and 96. So I
Wow.
was the first to like pioneer many things. I was the first to put up a live like documentary or live reality type show on the internet back in 96, 97, called therealworld.com. Since then, I've, gosh, I've probably had websites for just about every product you can sell. Um, and shoot, man, there's more things I've done than I think. There's been so many things I've done online. I forgot more than I remember.
Any
Um,
rewards?
what's that?
I said any rewards, medals, or anything like something. I think.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've got like I've been in a lot of different spaces, even in the adult side of things, and I kind of went wherever the money was at that time. I was young and hungry, and it was all about money.
Yes, sir.
So, whatever industry I decided to, I guess, dip into, I became one of the top, you know, companies within that industry, as well as adult industry. So I've received like from the affiliate, like the Players Ball, I've received awards. Um, a lot of shoot, I can't even remember them. Those were a long time ago. Those were over 20 years ago. I don't even know where all these awards are. But from doing trade shows and things of that nature in different industries, I would receive awards, in marketing and things of that nature.
All right, yeah, I've been in a couple of trade shows. I just actually got back from the SEMA show, and I'm going to go. It's another show in Las Vegas this year. I can't remember the name of it. It was going to be next year in January. It's like for all the new tech industry stuff that's going on, crypto and all of that stuff. So yeah, I definitely love those trade shows. And for all our listeners, and audience people.
Affiliate Summit's another good one you should look into, and check out Affiliate Ball as well by
Affiliate.
D-Money.
I'm writing that down right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out. It's immediately after we get off of this. So yeah, and for all of our audiences watching this, look up what trade shows are. If you don't know what they are, it's basically like finding the wholesaler for products, but it's like the direct source, like the manufacturers. You find everything you need at a trade show, and they have trade shows for for every industry that you can think of. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, if you're really wanting to get into an industry or a business for real, you got to go to the trade shows and see what's going on. You know,
Yes, sir.
it's just the way it works.
So,
And it's even with me, I attend trade shows. I have booths at trade shows. I'm getting ready. I'm hoping my friends start creating like a metaverse type trade show. So if they do, I'll definitely have a booth there whenever that happens. But I do see it in the near future.
I do see it coming. Metaverse trade show, like literally going buying new products in the metaverse, and potentially them having some type of real world benefits as well. Because I love metaverse benefits and when they are tied into real world things as well. So let's get into, how did you get into crypto? What
Well,
rabbit
I
hole
heard
thing?
about, I mean, I literally heard about Bitcoin like in 2013 or whenever it was created by a lot of friends. And I kind of just dismissed it, to be honest, because I didn't understand at all. I was just like, what? Okay. I didn't get it, so I didn't get into it. I normally don't get into something until I've researched and learned everything about it inside and out, and deep dive into it. And I just didn't do it because it wasn't that popular back then.
Yeah.
Around 2016 is when I started to really get into it and start purchasing crypto like XRP and stuff. And then really got crazy in 2017 during that bull market. I was buying a ton of them. I had like 30, 40 different types of cryptos that I was holding bags of. And it was going amazing for like a few months or whatever it was. And then all of a sudden it all just dropped on us like a hammer. And I lost a lot of money learning how to trying to figure out what to do, trading, buying, selling, and got crushed by the bots. And it was all a whole new experience for me. And I didn't really figure it all out till after the bull market and we went into the bear market. And that's when I started deep diving into all the crypto I was holding that I had lost like 90% of my money in. So that's when I realized like, oh man, XRP caught my eye. I saw it go from like 20 cents to like 380, in like few weeks. So I started deep diving into XRP and a few other tokens, about a hand. So I consolidated all those tokens I had lost like 90% of my money into like 5, And then I was like, okay, let me see what these companies do now. And then as soon as I saw Ripple with XRP onboard a bank, their first bank, I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Bank of England. I'll have to look into it now. I can't remember now. But that's when I was like, okay, they are actually doing what they said in their white paper. So I just started loading up on XRP as soon as they onboarded or,
Got that?
I don't know what you call it. Yeah, until I noticed that first bank. Then I knew they're at least doing what they were saying on their white paper. And that's when I got excited. And then since then, it's just been a, amazing ride, I guess. I mean, it definitely has its ups and downs with this market, but
Yeah.
that's just the way it goes. I'm not looking at it, I'm looking at the end game, not short, like
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you are a true OG in this space, saying that you actually was able to witness the 2016, 2017 XRP pump from 20 cent to $3.80. At that time, I probably was still in high school, not even anything about money. Like I didn't know anything about crypto until about a year and a half ago. And when I
that's
found
awesome.
what I didn't hear you.
No, I just said that's awesome,
Yes, sir.
that you're
And
using it.
when I found out about it, it was just like, oh, it was like one of those things like it makes too much sense. It's just too easy to understand for me. But I was like, yeah, this is the future. And then my friend told me about XRP supposedly been backed by gold. And I knew the monetary system at this time was, going in a downward slope. And when he told me that, I just bought some without researching it, which you should never do. But then after that, I just went in a really, 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 really crazy, like reading everything, reading the articles, reading the Ledger articles, the David Schwartz articles that he's published and stuff like that. So, yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's how it goes. I mean, I just dove into it. That's the only way to learn it, to be honest. You're not going to lose if you don't sell, So that's the whole point of this whole market going up and down. They're just trying to shake out those weak hands, and you just got to hold on. Just that's what the whole diamond hands and all that's about. I went through the whole shoot, man. It's tough when you buy you know, I got lucky. I got XRP cheap, and it went up to, you know, the 380, and it was like, shoot, man, my money was just like 10xing, and I had a lot of money in it. And then I watched it all just go right down to like 10% or what I was putting. And I have to sit through the bear market for 3, 4, whatever, 5 years almost. That's the hard part, you know, while everyone's thinking you're crazy, I'm buying more and more and more, you know, at 10 cents, 20 cents. I'm just loading up, you know. So yeah, now it just doesn't even bother me. It can go up, it can go down, it can do whatever it wants. I know which cryptos I'm holding, you know, and I know what, you know, I
Their
know what's
intended
going to happen.
uses.
At least I think I know what's going to happen, and that's it. Don't invest what you can't afford to lose, really. But it's early. It's very early, you know. And the way you're thinking right now, that's what I was thinking when I first heard about the internet in 1995. I was like, damn, this is the future. So I started building and developing and doing stuff on that, on the internet, building websites for people, you know. That's how it started. I can go into it, man. I did just about everything until I did the real world at like 26, 27, what gave me a lot of exposure. Even the media didn't know about the internet back then, really. You know, it wasn't until like after 2000 that it really started to get that exposure into the mainstream. And that's kind of where we're at now in crypto. I think we're probably, I feel I got in like the 95, 96, and people are now starting to get in the 2000 type. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
almost the same. Like it's the same play almost. It's just moving from web 1.0 to 2.0, social media, to now 3.0. And that's just all it is instead of moving information fast, you know, like emails, the way we're talking, the way we can video chat, all that stuff. Web 3.0 is just gonna be able to now move your assets and your digital currency and everything just as fast,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then it goes into the whole metaverse type stuff where eventually it'll be like an augmented reality or, you know, things of that nature.
Yes, sir. So let's get into the ecosystem. I want to what are the escalations, and where will they reside at?
Yeah, like, okay, so the way I kind of mapped it out so that it has a limitless type uh, development to where it will never like hit a ceiling. I decided to use like the universe. So it's like galaxies and planets. So each galaxy will be an ecosystem for whatever not product but industry. So it would be for the gaming industry, for the music industry, for the fitness industry, you know. And then within the fitness industry you'll have like a weight loss planet, you'll have, you know, and it just goes on and on and on. So and within those you'll have the companies and people developing. You'll have, you know, larger companies, you know, pop stars and new pop stars, and whoever wants to come in and has somewhat of a following, say on YouTube or something, can just now create an NFT within our ecosystem, which is X Galaxies, and then their followers would buy that to support you and your whatever your artistic or, you know,
Yeah,
whatever you decide,
entrepreneurial type.
entrepreneurial type. Exactly. So I mean it goes in so many, it's basically whatever's on the internet now is going to be in the metaverse.
Mhm.
And that's the way I look at it as far as our uh metaverse, you know, the X metaverse.
And
And I just decided to use planets and galaxies to make it simple for people to understand and see the vision of it all.
yeah, because I know we were talking in a Twitter chat room a couple of days ago, and you said that these planets all have different features of what you'll be able to do. So each planet is unique, which for NFTs, that is the most valuable thing about NFTs, making them unique. How many planets are in this ecosystem, and can you describe a couple of them?
Well, right now we have probably, oh gosh, I don't even know. We have, I think, like 7 or 8 galaxies, and then within that we have like 4 to 5 planets in each one right now. But it can expand. Eventually it'll expand into, you know, hundreds, if not thousands of planets. You know, so each planet we decided to make it cool, is create a male and female alien species. So each planet, and then so everyone who comes into this comes in as an ex-galaxian, and that's just us. And then we have it so that we'll have sub-type humans, so it'll be like ex-galaxians mixing with the aliens, and then you'll have a different type of NFT for that, you know, mixed race of aliens and galaxians. You know, so that kind of adds another element to it, so that artists can now create skins for the ex-galaxians, which is the humans basically. And then they could create skins for the aliens, and then the subhumans, and then the exotic pets they create, and the crazy, you know, it goes on, man. There's gonna be young talented artists out there, you know, gonna make sneakers that look cooler than Nike, or you know, that are gonna create skins for and clothing, you know, for people on in this metaverse. Everyone's gonna find their niche and what they're good at, to where they can earn an income on top of, you know, investing in other people's projects within this ecosystem. So it's amazing. And the beauty of it all is because of this new technology, blockchains and ledgers, where money and your assets move just as fast as information does now.
Mm. Mm.
That's a quick overview. I mean, it's a big, I mean, I know that you got it, but it's going to take a little more time to educate everybody, and that's, you know, part of getting into this business. We're in it so early, that I think it's going to move fast. I give it another year to where people really start to understand it better.
Yeah, and people like you and I, everybody that's in this crypto space that just shares information, we are the ones that help the curve of adoption. You know, so
that's exactly correct. Like, you're going to help educate people. What you're doing is educating people. You know, and everyone's going to have to educate. Everyone has to learn and start somewhere. That's why I'm having a lot of our ex-galaxians now who are from, say, Japan or the Philippines or Korea. They're converting the text of ours into their native language, and they're going to start doing YouTube videos in their native language. And then that just spreads, and that, because the younger generation in every country in its cities pretty much speaks English. Okay. So, but outside of that, they don't. So I know it's the older generation, but most people outside of the metropolitan cities and countries don't speak English, you know? Well, I should say they do. It depends on the country. But so we're gonna convert this information into all languages, you know, and then I joke around and say, you know, there's only one language, the ex-galaxian language, you know,
really,
but you know, that's, you know, 30, 40, 50, 100 years down the road.
yeah, because it's like the possibilities of this type of technology are endless, and this is one of the more
Exactly.
well, this is one of the, I'm gonna correct myself. This is one of the most unique metaverses that I've ever like covered, because the planets, I've never seen anybody use different planets and have, I mean, it's just like real life. I mean, this is,
Yeah, it's the easiest way. I had to figure out a way that people could absorb this information and not get overwhelmed. and make it fun and cool at the same time, man. And it's tough. Like there's other companies creating metaverses, but they're more focused on like, buying land and earning to play, and it's just beyond that, way beyond that. And um, I don't know, it's like, why buy land? It's like we already screwed up this. Well, I won't say we screwed it up, but not things aren't going that great on this planet. So I was like, you know what? Let's just take it to like Star Wars and Star Trek and a Ready Player One situation, you know,
Yes,
where
sir.
your mind and your imagination can just run wild.
Yes, sir, man. I definitely see the vision with this because just like in the real world, in the galaxy, out in space, we don't know how many planets there are. It's an infinite amount. So with this, you can create an infinite amount of planets. It seems like as the years going to go by, you said 20, 30, 40.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're starting with the main ones right now because that's what people are interested in. So we're starting with the art and the aliens and the pixel, whatever art people want to purchase. Then it's the gaming stuff. So we're gonna have all sorts of different games, from player to versus player to everything. Phone, games for kids, for women, for everybody. It's we're not going to limit it. It's going to kind of be like a retro arcade planet and then maybe a future arcade planet, things like that. Um, it's endless. It really is. So we're starting with that sort of stuff. And then there's going to come in, then it's going to be a music planet. That's going to be huge, I think. Stuff people can associate with right away. And then the fitness planet. And then it'll just keep growing and going. And then it'll be like the foodie planet. And then you get all the chefs and all the foodies type stuff. So there's going to be a place for everybody in X Metaversal, which is X Galaxies.
Yeah, I definitely see the future for it. He's like X music, the music planet, just being able to probably have music studios, creative rooms as metaverses where people from all over, from Japan and America can come to a metaverse room and create a song. And
Oh, yeah.
it's crazy.
Definitely. You're going to have people all over the world creating tracks. It's gonna be crazy. They're gonna create their NFTs. You could be able to collab with other artists and create songs. And I mean, it's man, I'm excited for it. Like, I can't wait. Like, and I don't see it that far out at all. 1 to 3 years. I think I could deliver it, no problem.
Man, I definitely feel like with the idea and the support of the community, how fast it was. I was just going over your Twitter, and it was just like, wow, I think you're at 18,000 followers, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. I'm not like focused right
14.5.
now on that because I haven't even really started. And I want like the followers we have now to be able to educate the mass followers that I expect to be coming in, in the near future. So it's kind of like getting everybody ready who understands it like you do, to get ready to start educating all the people that start flooding in, and it happens fast,
Yes, sir.
people, it's kind of like that Wall Street bets, once it gets traction in the mainstream and everyone starts to understand it, then, the floodgates open up. And it's not quite there yet. It's more the tech people a little more savvy maybe, or people who've gone out of their way like you to educate yourself on it. But some people are still just blind to it. They
Yeah,
don't
I mean,
understand. That's like 99% of the population right now, maybe 98.
I trying to convince my friend, to put his money in the stable coin at least, because I mean, if you're not savvy with crypto, I know it does get very cool, and I want to create some user-friendly apps. Oh my goodness, that will make it so easy for people just to do everything. That That would be I see a link.
Yeah. Even with stable coins is great because you can stake it and earn a percentage, you know,
That's what I'm
versus keeping
trying to
money
do.
in the bank and inflation eating it up. I mean, it's eventually people understand. Unfortunately, the late comers aren't going to have the big rewards like the early people in it, but still going to be better than what they have now.
Yes, yes, sir. And now you see on the screen that we have the X Galaxies NFTs. And what I see is a lot of people have sent in pictures of themselves to get these converted to NFTs. So could you
Yeah.
explain this a little bit better?
Well, that the main thing I kind of got sidetracked from it because of everything else is I want eventually everyone's going to have their own NFT of themselves and how they want themselves represented in our X galaxies. So we're going to do this first so that because it starts with our community. So the X Galaxians are, you know, the community. Which planet do they start from yet? I haven't decided. Might be, I think we have a planet, it's called like Earth Web 3.0. So that's probably where we all start. And then from there, people will venture out into the other planets.
Wow.
But yeah, so it's gonna be cool, man. Like um the track, it just got so crazy. I just have thousands of people sending in photos now, and I and I wasn't expecting it. So we kind of got a little behind on that, and as we're building up the other stuff, and then we'll come back to it, and then get everybody's NFTs minted with themselves.
I see that we have a lot of people participating in this. A lot of females, and that is it's not surprising to me, but for my audience on YouTube, 95% are men and 5% are women. And I feel like women actually
That, that's what surprised me and got me really excited is the
yeah,
mix of people and like we're like 50% women. I don't even know. It might be more women in our X galaxies than men, to be honest.
that's what it's looking like. Hey, it's looking like they got a heads up. They know what's up.
Yeah,
These women know
yeah.
what's
So you
up.
know that's why I didn't go with such a sci-fi feel and throw
Yeah,
them off. You know what I mean? A lot of women aren't really into the sci-fi. That's how we had to go with more of an artsy feel.
yeah.
You know, uh, and then eventually we'll figure out what the final look will be once everybody understands everything. But that's why you gotta be careful before you do something. So I kind of just listen to our community and our followers, and then I start to think and brainstorm and develop in the direction that they or that I see, or how do I say it? What I feel they expect or
Want
want.
the best. Have you ever thought about possibly giving the holders of the XMETA token, X Galaxy token, governance as far as like if you hold the token, you can participate in voting as far as like development things or anything like that?
You know, that's definitely next level stuff, and it's all going to be going in that direction. Yeah, eventually it's going to be the community that's going to vote, not me at all. In fact, I don't even really want my face out there because it's not about me. But it seemed like when I put up a picture, everybody kind of got excited, and I was like, you know what? I get it. They want to see who's behind this, especially people are going to put money behind it and whatnot. So for now, yeah, I don't have a problem like being the face and doing interviews, but eventually it's not about me, man. It's about you guys and what you bring to it, you know. And someday I won't even be around, so it won't matter. So hopefully it keeps on going. You know, that's the whole point of this is creating this legacy for my family as well as everybody else's families who create their legacies within this ecosystem, you know, of our metaverse here at X Galaxies.
Yeah, this is very, very different project. I see a list of what type of forms of entities you will have on here, and just like royalty NFTs, real world assets, event tickets, collectibles, artworks, and all the regular type of NFTs that we know now. And
yeah, see, that's why I say it's beyond just the gaming NFTs, or it actually it encompasses everything that's in the real world, as well as that's online now.
given the power
It's just,
of the people truly.
go ahead.
Yeah, I said it's given. Well, with the music thing, especially going into that, I just see me personally. I've been in business for a while. My family has a family business. I don't participate in it, but I have learned a lot of things from just growing up in this environment. And I know when artists understand that they will be able to get their royalties as NFTs, all of that type of back end payments and paperwork and stuff, and they'll be able to have it for them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just to give an example, like for yourself, say you decide you want to be a news channel, you got a good following behind you. You'll be able to come into our ecosystem, buy a piece of a planet or whatever, and then you can then create an NFT for your news channel, and then all your followers will invest in it, and it'll grow and grow and grow. You know what I mean? And that's how it works. So it puts the power into everybody's hands versus into just a select few hands, I should say.
And I want to tell everybody, so many people are quick to call things like I'm not going to say scams, but things like everybody is expecting so much so early, and we still are waiting on the XLS 20D proposal for the
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm telling everybody, like, calm down.
Everybody new in this space thinks they're just going to get rich quick, and that's not what's going to happen. Those people are going to get weeded out so fast, and they're going to have weak hands that it's unfortunate, that they don't know what the end game is and what they're holding. And if you don't know that, you shouldn't even be in the space right now, so because it's not an easy space to be in with the volatility, but eventually it'll slow down, and and then those gains and the volatility people are going to miss. It'll be more like the stock market, where instead of having 1,000% growth, it'll be like 10% a year, So
yeah, because they
people
price you out.
You should just be lucky you're alive in a time like this, where a new tech boom or revolutionary, industry emerges, like this blockchain and crypto and whatnot. It's kind of being back in the beginning of the gold rush.
I want to say thank you for being a pioneer in this industry. Just this, I can't, what you just said kind of blew my mind as far as me realizing the space I'm really in. Sometimes what you're really in, but then you talk to people who have done a couple of things, and you say you were the first person to have a reality TV show back in '96, right?
Reality, yeah, 96, late '96.
A reality TV show on the internet. Am I correct about that?
Yeah, I mean, and people back then, it's like us talk about crypto right now. For me to just talk about the internet, but to have a show on the internet is crazy. So it's kind of like me now having a metaverse in this space. So it just evolves. I always quote, I said, forget about the real world, get ready for the XMETAVERSE, So
real.
I'm personally going from Web 1.0 to Web 3.0 and on now.
Yeah. And I seen something about the Flare networks. I know everything is early and nothing is set in stone, But I just wanted to ask about that. It says you will be the first on the XRPL and Flare networks or try.
Well, the Flare networks is more like Flare networks and Flare Finance and XFi and all that sort of thing. I want to see with the consensus and all that. And then I want to launch my Paylend wallet on their platform. And so basically, I just want to integrate and work with companies that are building on the XRP ledger or using it, you know, for the speed or whatnot. So that's why I support the XRP ledger like 100%.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, that's where I'm at. So everybody who has a token on it that's creating a real use case project and that's going to deliver, I'm all for it. You know,
Yes, sir.
because there's so many tokens now, and hopefully there won't be a lot of these rug pulls and all that sort of thing, because it just ruins it for all of us. You know, it's like the one bad apple in a bunch theory. You know,
Yeah.
and I'm just hoping we as a community come together and clean that side up. And at the end of the day, the cream will rise to the top. So the projects, if people actually go and deep dive into it, just create trust lines for projects you believe in and that are transparent. You know, if it's a project you don't have much information on or whatever, don't create a trust line for it. You know, it's that simple. It's up to you. See, the thing is, it's in the power of your hands. So don't
Yes,
screw it up. You know.
I try to tell people, and that's so funny. It's like I dropped a video the other day on YouTube about this Canary X airdrop, and this dude was like, "It's a scam. It's a scam." I'm like, dude, if you don't want the airdrop, it's like, don't say it's a scam. And then this is a crazy thing. Hugo Filion himself is interested in the project and actually commented on the Twitter like the next day after everybody's calling it a scam and this stuff. So it's like, if you feel like that, literally, you don't even have to comment. You don't have to say that. You can literally just not participate, and you won't have to stress about you getting scammed or potentially.
Yeah, you know what? That at the end of the day, it's just haters, man,
Yeah.
and they don't want to see you succeed. I mean, that's the reality of it. I've had haters. I can't remember since I was like 21, you know, and when you're successful, that's when all the envy comes out and the haters come out.
Yes.
And you just gotta just ignore them and stick to the people who understand it and stick to that community that you know is moving forward, you know. And nobody knows what's going to succeed, what's not, but you know, you have a better idea when you deep dive and you hear something from the CEO and the developers behind it and on, and that they're actually following the white paper that they put out, which I'd rather see action versus something on paper, you know. That's why wasn't really excited with until they landed the first bank, you know, or
Yeah.
onboarded the bank. You know, then I knew, oh, they are doing it. This is different now. Because back in the dot-com days, hundreds of companies had these amazing white papers, and they were all getting in the millions in investors, you know, and their burn rate was more than, they just didn't create anything. It was just like vapor idea. I don't know what white paper vapor is, just bullshit, I guess you could say.
This is great for.
So I would just look at projects that are actually are updating their followers and their supporters with information on what they're doing, and you actually see what they're doing. If they're not doing that, I would probably stay away.
Yeah, most definitely. And you just said something that might help a lot of potential investors, people who are going to come into the space. You want to see action. A piece of paper is great to see what potentially may happen. But once you
Right.
project, and they're actually putting in action, responding to people. You know, it can't respond to every single person, but you know, that is in business, that's how we did it with our stores. You know, say for instance, if we couldn't get everything we needed, you know how they got the coder, not the code, the city of code come and check everything, you know, make sure it's right, your light is the right brightness and all this. Sometimes you
Oh, I know. I've been through that. I've had some brick and mortar businesses. It's a pain. It's a pain going through all that red tape.
And the thing about crypto, like sometimes in my life, sometimes you can't get every single thing in place to be perfect. You have to just literally do it. And once the product starts to come out and people start to see, oh wow, they're actually doing a whole lot in what they say they're doing. Now I can have some easiness in my spirit, my soul. And you just gotta believe, like you just simply gotta believe.
Yeah. That's it. And that's what, we're going to do. We're going to try to be as transparent as possible and start putting things out so people can see we're actually developing. They can see we have a game. They can see we got, a bunch of NFTs of aliens and planet. They'll start to see what we're developing in this metaverse, and they'll start to understand it. On top of it, they'll see us actually working, I guess you could say, on it. So that's what's most important. Once like a company goes dark and you don't hear from them or something, it could be one of two things: they're done, or they're coming out with something amazing. But I'd rather follow a company that keeps you informed and that's transparent on the progress they're making with everything.
Well, I definitely know that's going to help ease the minds of people that are interested in this project. Me just being able to speak with you, you stand up extra late. I know it's about 1 o'clock in the morning your time.
Exactly.
That just shows the dedication and what you have to do. You really want to get this project some awareness. You want to talk to certain people that can really break down a project, just break down a project in a way that people can understand it, because it is a lot of big terms behind this stuff. And I like to try to break down a project to see, like I'm speaking to either somebody that's 70 years old, 90 years old, or a 6-year older, that's trying to figure this out.
But that's exactly why I had to figure out how to frame this so that people understand it a lot easier. You know what I mean? So that's why I came up with the X galaxies and the planets, because then people can visualize it a lot easier than just like buying land somewhere or playing a game to earn. That's not going to work for everybody. There's, I don't know how many, there's billions of people on this planet. That might target a small demographic, but I'm building out a metaverse, so it has to encompass everybody in it. And that's, women, children, everybody from all over the world, So yeah, that's why they can understand, they can visualize it because it's planets and it doesn't leave anybody out.
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, I don't want to keep you up too late. I feel like this was a really good interview. The airdrop is coming on December 20th. We want to see if y'all want a second interview or part 2, or just like monthly to weekly updates on this project. Comment below. You think you have any other side things to say before we get up out of here tonight?
No, just I appreciate this interview. Thank you. And, keep informing everybody and educating everybody. Send me the link so I can put it up. That's about it. Just people just need to understand, like, this is the beginning. So don't worry about the volatility and choose which projects and tokens. Don't just do what I did. Buy like 30, 40 different types and lose all your money, and then you go through the bear market. It's kind of the same thing in this NFT space now. And and DeFi and things of that nature. So just deep dive a little, take a deep breath, and follow projects, and support the ones that, inform you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I thank you so much for being a guest on the Fiction Crypto YouTube channel today. Definitely want to keep informing, and I'm gonna send you some ideas in the DM that I may have.
Yeah.
I love
Anytime you want to hit me up, just you know how to get a hold of me.
Yes, sir. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm there for you, 100%.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I love to hear that. Businessman to businessman, this was a very, very good interview. You dropped a lot of gems. I hope it didn't go over a lot of people's head. Watch this interview.
That's the problem, yeah.
Yeah, because
might take another interview, but eventually, once we launch our new website in a week or so, they're going to get a better visual of everything. So what I put out with X Galaxy is what I created that website so my developers know what to do, basically. So now they're creating a cool looking website, So I just kind of have information there in the layout and the kind of like the structure of it. And now they're going to make it look amazing,
Yeah.
So get ready for that too. It's coming within a week or so, our new website. It'll be under a different domain name. I'm not going to reveal it quite yet, but I'll let you know.
Let's keep it top secret. Let's keep it top secret until it's ready to be let to the public. Hello.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. And
yes, sir.
Like I said, keep in touch and keep educating, and that's about it. That's where we're at right now.
Yes, sir. I already know you're probably a little tired. Look, it's one.
Yeah, I'm starting to yawn. So, but I still got a lot of work to do. So it's like the day's still not over. But,
yes, sir. I know, man. You're grinding, and that's great. Yeah. So we're gonna get up out of here. Hey, he is grinding. You hear this? He's up. He's saying, forget the sleep. Forget the sleep. We're working on this project.
That's the only way you could become successful, man. You got to grind and not worry about what others people are doing or saying. You just got to keep moving forward, and that's what I do. And that's what I'm good at. And that's why everything I do, I launch the project, whether it's a success or not. I at least take an idea and I launch it.
Yes, sir.
And that's what people don't understand. They only understand when they see the money after, and then all of a sudden you're amazing, but they don't see the struggles and the grind to get to that point.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for this. We're gonna get up out of here. It's Fiction Crypto and Roger Vadix. Did I pronounce that right?
It's Vadotes, but I just go by Roger V. Keep it simple.
Roger V. We're gonna do. I'm probably say Mr. Roger out of respect, but
that's all right.
Yes, sir. This was great. Definitely a pleasure to have you. We'll do this again very soon. So we out of here, y'all. Peace.
Peace.